Yeah, we bike. The 2-for-1 podcast is bike. Welcome to another episode. This is the pregame song. Kobe Bryant, Lil Wayne. Rest in peace to Bean.
R.I.P.
Man, it's a day. So that's all right. We're going to do this pod for Code. We're going to do this for Bean. We're going to do it with Mamba Mentality. We're going to do it in excellence, man. Welcome to another episode of the 2-for-1 podcast. I am one of the two, Trevon Gross Jr. I'm joined by my dog, my brethren, my Canadian man. The dude with the dreads is finally hanging. Denzell Taylor is here. What's up with you, brother?
What's up, my brother, man? You don't even know what it is. Another day, another dog. I can't complain. What about yourself, man?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. I'm like a little perturbed because like they pushed Mexico back because of COVID 2 weeks. I'm just waiting, like I'm ready. But you know what I'm saying. But man, other than that, I'm good, bro. I'm blessed. Business is good. You know what I'm saying? Workouts are good. Just cooling, bro. Not a complaint in the world. My wifey happy. Like, it don't get no better than that.
You in a different bag. You in a different glow right now. Everything's clicking on all cylinders. I see you.
You mean you know the vibes. You know the vibes. And I see you in another fitted that's unrecognizable. Like I said, man, you look like Babe Ruth signed that thing. Like, what's happening?
I'm sad, bro. All my fits are starting to they ain't fitting no more. My hair is getting bigger. I'm growing. This is already like an 8, so I'm starting. It's about to be over for me.
Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna have to find something new.
Beanies might have to be
new hairstyle. I'm gonna have to get the bands, play around with it. But yeah, man, a little sad about that.
That's good to see, man. Look, I mean, this is a really big episode for multiple reasons, but we'll start with the first reason, man. This is episode 50 for us.
50, bro.
Like. Episode 50. Now, I mean, obviously the people wouldn't really know, but it's been a long road to 50. Like it's been 50 episodes, but it feels like it's been like over 100 just because of like how much work we've done behind the scenes. So I want to ask you, like, just reflect on 50. Like when you hear the 2-for-1 podcast 50th episode, what's like just some of the things that come to your mind?
It's crazy because, like, honestly, it feels like yesterday we were just, always chopping it up on the phone or just texting about it. Like, but this December, January, like, it's literally not even like November. It's been a year since a year and some change now since we've been doing it. Just like the whole evolution. Like, I didn't know how long we're going to be doing this or how far we just take it. I just wanted to come on. We had so much discussions one-on-one to just see where it just came from, like a friendship or just talking and just talking on here, just seeing how it's evolved and now we're still consistent with it. That's the main part. It's like, wow, we're still doing this. Probably after 2-3 months, you would thought, all right.
Yeah, word. We like missing mad episodes. It's like, all right, fam, this week, I don't know.
But we're gonna wrap it up this week. But yeah, man. What about yourself?
Man, I mean, the consistency part is definitely number one. Cause like when we're talking about in terms of like, man, like we talk all the time about hoops. We texting this, that, and the third. Like you the first person I hit when it comes to basketball thoughts for real. And we're talking about the podcast. In my brain, it's like to what you said. It's like, man, like I don't know how long we're gonna do it, but let's just do it. And I mean, 50 episodes, bro. Like I think the biggest thing to me is just like the way that it's caused me to see another side of the game. You know what I'm saying? From my experience with the game of basketball, I've been at pretty much every single level of the game. I've been a manager, I've been a player, I've been a coach, I've been, you know what I'm saying, the equipment dude. Like I've literally like I've done everything in the game. I've been the trainer, you know what I'm saying? So, now as a podcaster, even though it's not necessarily media, but I guess in 2022 it's media. It's been cool to kind of like watch the game in a way where it's like, okay, I got to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, and not even to say like we're, some big platform, which we will be, but, it's just to watch the game in that lens, like to comment on certain things. It's honestly caused me to look at the game in even greater detail. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's one thing to look at the game where it's like, okay, I'm learning a move. Like, okay, let me see how Dame does
or just a
whatever.
Fan aspect,
yeah, like, or just a fan. But it's like, no, I'm watching it because I want to be able to critique it. I want to be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like even when we talk about easiest example, like when Clay came back and we talked about how he scored his first bucket, right? Like that's not a perspective, at least I would have necessarily thought of
Thought about, yeah.
prior to podcasting, right? Like
Just
I
to
would have
find the
noticed it, but it would have
details.
been yeah. So it's been cool, kind of to just look at the game in a different lens because of this podcasting thing. And that's honestly been the coolest part to me. Like, I mean, it's cool. We have as many listeners and like we appreciate you, we love you, but that's definitely been the blessing of it, where you just see the game in a different way. And I mean, to the consistency point, it's like, wow, 50, 50. Like,
Yeah, we here to
yeah.
stay.
Now let me ask you this,
Here to
right?
stay.
What's like been the hardest part to you? Like what's been like the biggest like, whew, I'm a podcaster now.
For me, it's just like I would say expressing my thoughts and what
Hmm.
I'm thinking, or just certain ideas I have, because I'm not always the best, as far as talk or just expressing my feelings. So like just getting around that, and probably just the consistency. Like, oh, it's Wednesday again. It's like, okay, let me get myself up. Or no matter what's going on, it's like, we have to to put this out. You got to set time aside. So that's probably been like the most like thing for me, just getting my thoughts down, expressing them so in a different way, in a way that everyone could get them.
Yeah. No, and you know what? I want to really double down on that for you, just because like I gotta give you your props, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I know you to be a quiet dude. Like, I know that. Like, we know each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's for me, it's been dope to see you really step out of your shell and like, what I'm saying, like build a personality and give your thoughts. Cause like, I mean, I know how you give it up, like off mic, but it's been cool to see your growth in it. You know what I'm saying? With, kind of just expressing yourself and just your growth in how you articulate certain thoughts and things of that nature. Like it's been really dope and inspiring for me to see, bro. So like really like shout
Appreciate
out to you,
that,
because
man.
I think it's important for people to hear that though. You know what I'm saying? Because I think there are a lot of
Yeah.
people that have really good thoughts, great ideas like yourself, but because of, whether that be introvertedness, whether that be comfortability, whatever it is, what I'm saying, they don't go for whatever
Step
it
out on
is.
that.
Yeah, like they don't
Mhm.
step out on the limb. And so, bro, I want to commend you for that, because a lot of people don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another beautiful part in terms of bringing it back to the game. Like that's one of the beautiful things about the game, where when you think about, if you're a post player, you're not good at hook shots, right? You're not comfortable with them. You get in the gym, you work on your hook shots, you get better at them. You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Like, we always talk about how the game is very representative of life. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously in this case, we're talking about something small, but it's like, yo, I identify something that I really want to do. I look at the obstacles, and then I do whatever's necessary to overcome them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's dope. And I think in a lot of ways, this podcast, and for you, but even just for myself, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I mean, I'm already somewhat in a media space with my business, right? Like I'm already
Yeah.
quote unquote a content creator with my business. But this podcast has kind of really shown me and opened my eyes up to like how important time management is, like how important,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, getting things out at a certain time is, just because, we do this podcast once a week. So it really
Yeah.
does us no good if I'm putting out, clips from last week's
Last
episode
week.
this week's, because like
Yeah.
that's not today's episode, you know what I'm saying? But but to the point where it's like, yo, like, this podcast has honestly allowed both of us to grow in a really dope way. And I mean, I pray that,
Big facts,
for the
man.
people that listen, like that they see that and they're inspired by it. Cause shoot, I mean, we joke about it all the time, fam. I ain't see us doing 50.
Facts,
Like,
man.
or at
Not
least
at
or at least
all.
I seen us doing 50, but not like where it's a
Not
consistent.
consistently, a little
Yeah.
one here this month, a little 3 this month, something like
Word,
that,
word.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think that's really dope. And then I mean, a little bit of a transition, but I think also to, obviously have our thoughts on this podcast reaching 50 episodes, and then just to kind of know what this day represents. You know what I'm saying? Is Wednesday
Mhm.
is January 26th. This is the day that Kobe passed. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that was I mean, I speak for myself, and I'll toss it to you after, but bro, it's a tough day. It was a really emotional day. Like, Kobe's one of those dudes where it's like, man, I'm supposed to see him grow old. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
remember
he's
when I
like one
first
of them dudes, like yeah,
yeah, like you don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like
you
I remember
don't
when I
expect
first
it at
got
all.
the alert, I'm like, oh no, this ain't real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the internet do. I'm like, man, this ain't real. But when you start seeing, Bleacher Report, ESPN, all these different like legitimate sites posting, I'm like,
Outlets.
nah. But I think, especially when you think about we're talking about consistency, we're talking about growth. I mean, Kobe embodied all of that, man. Kobe
Sheesh, did he
embodied all of
ever?
that. And so I want to ask you, what I'm saying, rest in peace, Bean. When you think about Kobe, what were just some of your memories of Kobe? Like in terms of just, you think of Kobe Bryant, like what are some of the first memories that pop up for you?
Man, just my first memories, like, just me being a Bron fan, like, just growing up, I hated Kobe Bryant, like, it was a good hate, obviously, competitive nature and everything, but, like, I hated him because I knew whenever we're playing the Lakers, whenever we're playing Kobe, like, he's just gonna bro, he's bringing it every
Yeah,
single day, night in and night out, and he just has that he's, like, the definition of the killer instinct, like,
fair,
the whole Mamba mentality is cool, but, like, just the way he approached every game, it's like, you couldn't tell if he tore his ankle, AC like, bro, he played hurt and you didn't even know it. The way he attacked every game in and out, and no matter what, he would always play, always on that floor because he's always said that you never know who's coming to watch, this, that, and the third. And also like his work ethic for me. Like I didn't know how hard he worked. Like so until he passed, like showing all the videos, like he really put in countless like hours, hours, like crazy
yeah,
3, 4 a.m.s, like so all the stories people talk about him. So like just knowing his worth ethic, his whole Mamba mentality, and just like him on the court, like he was a different type of human being, like killer. Like you did not want to see him go up against him. Like he was all level talented. Like you know what
facts,
Kobe Bryant is. So like
fair,
just when you think of Kobe Bryant, for me, it's just that intensity, that killer, that like hard work, 24/7. Like you know what I'm saying. So those are
fair.
probably my favorite moments from Kobe. My like number one favorite moment from Kobe, I think it was Lakers against Magic. So when he split the screen and then he did the
Oh
dunk on Dwight.
yeah, he dunked on
That's
Dwight.
that's probably that's my
Oh
favorite
man,
like
that was
poster ever. I
yeah,
I used to have that back on my wall, but like that was my
yeah,
favorite like
yeah.
Kobe play essence play,
Yeah.
man. Very
The
sleeping on
thing about that play too, that's like every guard's dream. Like you
Dream.
split the screen and you just dunk on somebody. Like that is literally the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Like that's like the perfect
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Like come on, like for real.
Yeah,
So that
but it's
yeah.
crazy, man. It's been 2 years. I still remember where I was. Actually, I was playing a game. It's
Oh, were you
crazy. I was
really?
playing a game. Yeah, it was like 4th quarter, and towards the end of the game, you just hear whispers like, "Yo, Kobe pass, Kobe pass." And I was on the bench. I'm like, "No way." And after the game, they were like, "Yeah, like he." During the game, they're like, "Yeah, he passed." So literally, it's just like the whole game stopped. Like we still had to finish, but it was just like, bro, it was bad.
Oh
Like
man, I can
no
only
one really wanted
imagine.
to play.
I was about to ask,
You know,
did you actually want to play? Like when you heard that?
bro, I didn't want to play at all. I didn't want to continue. I think we had about like 3, 4 minutes left. So
Yeah, it was just
finished
like
off the game. Everyone ran back to the locker rooms on their phone, and then it was just like the whole locker room was just deflated, man. It was a
yeah,
crazy moment. Just
yeah.
everyone
And
was
I
glued
and
to
I
their
think
phones in
but I
disbelief.
think in a lot of ways that just kind of demonstrates the impact of Kobe. Like, because for me, Kobe truly just represented what it meant to just give your all to a thing. Like when
Mhm.
you give your all to something you're passionate about, like how it does much more than just impact your life, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you think about it, at the end of the day, Kobe played basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like Kobe was a hooper. And when you look at the number of people that were in so many different arenas in life, you know what I'm saying? From CEOs to, you know, garbage men to celebrities to the everyday nine to
Everyone.
five worker, like everybody was like, yo, that's Kobe, you know? And, I once again I think a lot more people should learn from that in the sense of find something you're passionate at and give it your all. Like,
Heck
just
yeah.
give it your all. Cause like, once again, you look at his life, like he gave the game everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his quote from I think the book he wrote, or it's either the book or the animated film, he said, "The game asked for my hustle, I gave you my heart." Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's just like, man, and for me, like that's something that I try to implement every single day of my life. Like, and it's different now that he's gone, because it's
Mhm.
just like, man, like, because you identify people, just like people in general. Take basketball away from it, people that are just like one in a million, right?
Yeah,
Where it's
yeah,
just
he's
like,
one of them.
yeah, like he was in that list of people where it's just like, yo, there's not going to be another Kobe Bryant for some time. And when you look at just the way he lived his life, right? We talk about Mamba mentality and everything like that. I get inspired by that, like, and that was like one of my biggest lessons from him was just like, yo, if you're passionate about something, give it your all, like regardless of what that may look like. Like, and for him, it was obviously basketball. So, you hear the stories waking up at 4 a.m., dudes at breakfast, he already got one in, right back at
Yeah.
practice, on their butts, like getting to it, right? Then even after practice, working out again, 2 hours straight, working on the same one move, like,
Dude was
you know what I'm
crazy,
saying?
man.
But I think that that's such a testament to just when you're really passionate about something, like that, doing those types of things don't seem crazy to you. You know what I'm saying? So like us who, like that type of stuff, right? Like us as hoopers, like we understand
We
the 4
know
a.m. It's a matter of the discipline to actually get up and do
and
it.
to
Like we
do
understand it.
it.
Like we
Facts.
understand the value of it. But even that, it's like, yo, he was just wired in such a way where it made so much sense to him. And even when he explained it, it made all the sense in the world. Like, where he still went up and did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he had the passion for it, he did it.
The
And
executor, man. That's a
right.
lot of a
And
lot of people don't execute.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, for me and just the business that I'm in with Craft Your Dream, bro, I see so many people that have great ideas, great dreams and everything like that, but they miss the execution part. And, when I see great examples like Kobe, it's just like, man, it makes me
It
think like,
drives you
what would this
more.
world, yeah, like what would this world look like if more people, adopted 40% of what he was preaching, 40% of like what he
Acting
was
just
living.
a little bit.
You know what I mean?
It'd
Like
be
40,
crazy.
yeah, like if more people just executed on what they were passionate about, and those are just the thoughts I have. But I know one of my, I'm a Celtics fan, so I
Mm.
mean, man, I hated Kobe.
You
Like,
lighten y'all asses
oh
up.
my god, I hated Kobe. But you know what's funny about Kobe too? Everyone, you hated him so much, you loved him. Like, that was the thing about Kobe, where it's like you could hate Kobe all you want, but you
But you
had to
just had
respect
you
him.
had that you had
And
the respect, yeah.
you loved him enough, or you hated him enough where it's like, man, this dude's great. Like I
It's a bad
love this
man.
dude, like this, like he got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna boo you. I'm gonna boo you for this game because you get on my nerves. You're not about to keep hitting this
But
this half spin pivot pull up fade away. Like,
fam,
but
banking it off 3 to win a game, like,
word,
come on.
like you're not about to keep kicking on my team like this.
Hey, you're not
But
about to score 81 on my home squad.
yeah, oh yeah, 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 he gave y'all the business. But yeah, bro, that for me, I mean, I have so many moments of Kobe where I think about that dunk on Dwight. I think about the Matt Barnes with the fake
Mm.
pass.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, bro, I can't, for every reason, I can't get 2010, him winning that chip, out of my head. When
Chip,
when they won the chip and then he stood on
the
the
joint.
the media
The
joint,
platform. Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
just yells out to the crowd with the ball. Like, fam, seeing that in real time, oh my god, it impacted me. Where I'm like, fam, like that. Like anytime I see like that slow mo of him just
Of
like
him.
yelling into the
Mhm.
crowd with the ball after you just won a
You get
chip.
chills, man.
Oh my god, like literally, bro. I'm getting that as a poster. Like I will
You getting
spend
that?
whatever money, because I've
Gotta
been
get
thinking
that
about doing
for
it
the
for a while.
crib.
Fam, whatever money I got to spend for that poster right there, And for those out there that are real Kobe Bryant fans, you know exactly what picture I'm talking about. Where he's just yelling arms out like after the chip. I will pay whatever it is for that wallpaper. Whatever it
Mhm.
is, I'll pay it. Because
He was
that
getting it
is
up.
like, oh man, that is polarizing of greatness.
So I
Man,
hope wifey's tapped in. She could go cop that
word,
for
word. My birthday coming up too. So come on, do right by me, baby. Do right by me. But man, rest in
Oh
peace to
man.
Bean. Like that's
R.I.P.
man. It's funny too because you were in a game. I didn't even know that. Like I remember
Yeah, bro.
I was in the crib walking up my steps. You know what I'm saying? Just on my phone texting, seeing the
Yeah.
ticker. I was like, what? Nah, that ain't real. Like
Get
literally
out of
just
here.
swiped up like as if it was some spam or something like that. Like, I ain't even think much of it. Then just more, boom, boom, more to the phone. Check Twitter. I'm like, yo, this can't. And I lie to you not. Yo, on some G stuff, bro. I cried in my bathroom. Cried
Crying.
like because I was going on my way to the bathroom. Literally sitting there, standing in front of the sink, just standing looking at all this stuff. Like, yo,
You was
start
crushed, bro.
crying, bro. Cause like
Yeah.
Kobe, to me, bro, Kobe was one of those people that I always wanted to at least shake hands with, like at one
Or
point.
just meet or have the
Yeah, like
opportunity, yeah.
yeah, like he was one of those dude. He was on my list of people that I wanted to meet. Like I'm not even saying have one of those. Oh, if you could sit down and have a conversation with anybody or 50, like you know what I'm saying. But it was just like yo, like he was somebody that I wanted to
I
at
wanna
least
be in your
just
presence, like, just embrace
yeah,
you, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. So to like, and once again, it all just came at once. So I'm like, yo, he's really gone. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And like,
That's the
I'm
kicker.
I'm a huge women's basketball fan, and like knowing like you knew what time it was when she was next up,
It's cold-blooded, yeah.
man. So and then obviously the other individuals who lost their lives on that chopper. It's just overall just a really sad story, bro. So you know, with man,
RIP, man.
yeah, rest in
GG
peace.
and Kobe.
Yeah, Gigi, Kobe, everyone else who lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? Everyone that, Vanessa Bryant, the whole Bryant family, all the other people that are affected by this, friends, family, loved ones. Our thoughts and prayers are with you because that's heavy, bro. Like, I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking about Kobe in the sense of like, man, like Kobe, he was out there, Kobe. But it's like at the end of
Yeah, but
that's someone. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was
that's
someone's
someone's
father.
father.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we're not
Gigi
even
was a
it's
sister.
family.
Yeah,
Just
like that's
imagine
someone's
that.
family. So I don't want that to get lost in our fandom um of Kobe and Gigi, you know what I'm saying? So for real, prayers, man. Just
Prayers.
man, it's heavy, bro. It's
Just gotta
heavy, bro.
continue his legacy, man. People just gotta go out there and ball for him. Carry on his mama mentality. And just each year we just had to celebrate, man. There's no more than it's a celebration now. So that's how I'm looking at it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every single person, if you've been impacted by Kobe in any way, live it out. Simple. Live it out. Live it out however you see fit. But yeah, I think that's good. But I think even transitioning, we're talking about Kobe and just everything he stood for. One of the things that I've been thinking about, especially it's been a lot of news in the sports world, and not even just basketball specifically. But I want to ask you just your thoughts on just an athlete's mentality in terms of when they're in their field of sport. So in our case, when they're on the court, right? That mentality versus professionalism, like exercising professionalism within that mentality. Like, so when you think about that, like just react. What do you think about that?
uh just exercising your what'd you say?
Professionalism.
Your
So like,
professionalism. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so like professionalism in the sense of like, everyone's like, well, you're a pro, you got to act a certain way, you got to behave a certain way, you got to react a certain way. But then it's like on the mentality side, in terms of when you're in war,
And
you're in a game, it's like, no, I'm the baddest mofo out here. Can't nobody say
yeah.
nothing to me. Like, but it's like, that's the thought. So when you think about those two dynamics and how they have to pretty much be in one, and just like the discipline that's required for that, what do you think about that?
For me, it's like when I'm out there in my just being out there, I'm a man, being my mentality and everything like that. Like I'm out there to do one specific job, right? Like, I'm really not worried about the outside noise, what fans or even coaches have to say. The only way, like, I would get out of character, or if anything, it really comes, like, to me to so for me to be like, "Okay, like, I gotta make a move, or I gotta come out of character, or just let my raw emotion happen," is if, like, a line is crossed. And
Mhm.
that has to be, like, a specific something, like, outrageous for me personally. Like I always say, like, at the end of the day, I'm here to do my job. I'm here to provide the service to you guys. Like, at certain points, certain aspects, my ego has to be to the side. As a player, man, coach, whatever your job is, everyone can't be on this high horse because nothing's gonna get done. Everything's gonna be a clash. So for me, it's just like at some points, at some moments, you as a player in whatever respective sport you are, you got to know when to dial it down, when to tone it up, or when you could be yourself. Maybe on the job, playing your sport is not when you could be yourself, but in the locker room, you're a fucking hellhole, or you're really showing your ass. There's
Right.
certain perspectives where you could show your ass, where you can't, and just at the end of the day, some stuff is just not needed because you're providing a service to the organization, the team, the coach. So it's like you're here to do a job, and you're getting paid to do that said job. So there's certain stuff that you can't put out there on the line because at the end of the day, you would get cut, you would get fired. Like, this is not just
Mhm.
you being at
Mhm.
home talking to the boys or being around your friends, going to the mall or something. Like, this is your profession, this is your job. So you have to carry yourself a certain type of way. But if certain lines are crossed or certain things are said, I feel like you have full reins to do whatever you want without without crazy like actions. For me, obviously it's not gonna be like that because in this world today, if you react to something and it's not like how someone wants, there's always going to be a reaction. But how I look
Right.
at that is like, bro,
Right.
consequences. You're a man. If you feel some type of way and you say certain stuff or get out of character, you got to know what's the consequences. And
Oh
so
yeah, no,
it's like
there's
that. But
consequences to actions. That's a fact.
yeah,
That is a fact. And I think what's important is, I like your answer a lot because I think more than ever, athletes need to determine what that line is for them. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? In terms of determining, okay, I can be professional up until this point. Like if for example, if who I am as a man is threatened, then okay, there's no more professionalism. And even
mm,
in that, it's like you gotta figure out like, okay, like is this in practice or is this during a game? Like, you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
because
two
that
different
that
scenarios.
does
Like
matter. Like that absolutely does matter. Because in practice, oh, you can light up right then and there on the spot. Like ain't no
you get in the
professionalism in
zone.
practice. But in a game, you know, different environment. That's just what it is. And I think what happens, the dynamic because athletes are put in a position where we're in the bright lights and everything like that. It's not your traditional job, but it's still a job. Like to what you said, like it's not your traditional job because excuse me, you're paid way more than the average person. You're on TV all the time. You're pretty much a celebrity because of what you do in your respective sport. However,
Mhm.
you still have to
Still providing
behave
a
a certain
service.
way.
Mhm.
You have to behave a certain way. And I think that part of it gets lost in the sense of like you still should behave a certain way. Now, granted, it makes it harder because in order for you to really even be successful at your sport, especially at that level, like to be a pro at anything, you have, and we've talked about this, you have to have a mental edge to you. You have to have like
Some type of
I'm the
crazy about
baddest mofo
you.
out here mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order to even throw your hat in the ring,
Yourself in there. Mhm.
you know? And so it presents itself to be difficult when you're going into a game with that mentality and you're giving the game your all, you're emotionally in it, like you're in it. And then disrespect happens from a coach or teammate, whatever it is. And then you have to respond reserved when you're giving everything that you
It's
have.
burning inside you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And it takes real discipline. But I think with that, it requires a lot of guys or athletes, I think now more than ever, to invest in therapy, to invest in personal development and things like that. Just because, we said it, there's a lot of money on the line here.
Bro, there is.
You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, if you one of them super, super, super duper stars, okay, that's one thing. Like you probably not gonna miss a check, right? But if you are a dude that, let's say you're, end of the bench, or you might have secured yourself a nice 2-year deal that's worth, 8 to 10, cool. You still gotta act professional. Like you
Yeah,
still gotta, get along with the program. And that's not to say like you gotta not be yourself or whatever, but I think we've spoken about this before in terms of just being honest about where you are in terms of
right.
hierarchy of
Yeah,
things.
bro. So it's not easy because like all the players in that position, like they're coming from a situation where it's just like, yo, I'm the breadwinner. I make money for my circle, my family, my
Mhm.
kids, whatever the case may be. Like no one's telling me no. No one's telling me how they really feel. Everyone just wants to be around me, hype me up, get my money, this, that, and the third. Like, you think I'm fresh out of college or whatever the case may be, 5 years, 6 years in my career, being on that high platform, making millions of dollars. Like, I'm not worried about my professional like therapy or getting my
Mhm.
mind right. Like, my money is my mind right. Me being here is my mind right. People aren't worried about like getting good information, like just seeking out, depression. Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean, I think that's cool because, but then that's where I challenge. Well, what's the goal here? Is our goal to get there, or is our goal to
or
stay
just to
there? You know what I'm
it's
saying?
different. It's different. So
It's
with everyone, like some
yeah.
people are just in it for the fame, for the money, and then some
Hmm.
people you
Hmm.
see actually, strive to get better, strive to
Yeah.
work on mental health or just
I
them
will
as a
say for
person.
for
Like
the people that are there just for the fame, y'all need to get the get out, hurry, like get
there's
out.
a lot of people you see it,
I know I see it, but it still
you
frustrates
see
me.
it.
It still
Yeah.
frustrates me. Like if you're just in it for the fame, fam, get out, please.
I'm telling you, today, like it's different. Like this whole society we're in today, like everyone has a voice. Everyone can't get talked down to. Everyone thinks their opinion is right, and no one wants to listen to anyone else. Like that's our main problem in this
Yeah,
generation. That it's like pick me, and no one could tell me anything. Like I'm
facts.
always right. And you could have a 19-year-old arguing with an OG or whatever the case may be, and it's just like, bro, fam, like where did we lose connection here in this
Yeah,
hierarchy
it's
or
it's
of
too
just
many people
life?
talking, not enough people listening. Like
Mm,
that's what it really boils down to. It's too many people trying to get you know what I mean, trying to get they thoughts off, but not they ain't listening. Like it's like, fam, just listen for 2 seconds, please, please.
come
Like
on.
it's really okay to just listen, take in information, learn something. Cause man, like you said, it's nasty out here. It's really nasty. Like everything that we talked about, in terms of uh, being at the professional level and making a career out of basketball and everything like that, it's like it's not even about that no more. Like it's not even about basketball no more. It's about
It's
followers. It's
not.
about
It's
influence.
about
It's about
followers, it's
NIL
about
deals.
politics, it's
Yeah,
about
all that stuff.
money. It all
Yeah.
comes down to the money with the
Hmm.
branding and who's on certain teams. Everything comes down to generating money and pushing one narrative that could sell. That's all it is. No one really gets a true opportunity. No one gets a
Yeah.
chance to really show what they got or anything like that, which sucks. But like, it's the life that we're in right now. I don't know what's going to change or what's going to happen to change it. But right now, we're in a tough situation, especially with these young kids coming up, man. These new high school kids who are making six figures, not
Hmm.
even
Hmm.
touching a court in college. Yeah,
Oh my
so
God. What? Yeah. And you know
it's
what was
nasty.
crazy? Fam, I'm so interested to see what the NBA looks like in 10 years. Like like
If
from
if if you think the NBA has no real OGs or nothing now, just imagine, like,
oh my God.
bro,
Like,
bro, perfect example. Dude who went to Memphis who's a freshman right now. What's his name? Bates.
oh, Imani Bates.
Imani
Yeah.
Ba- He is getting chewed up
Yeah,
over
no,
there, man.
they
It's
tearing him
different.
up. They're
They
tearing him
hyped
up.
him up so crazy in
Bro,
high
they were
school.
saying he was gonna
He
be the
was the
next
next
KD.
KD. Da, da, da. He at Memphis. Them boys are on his
Yeah,
ass,
no, they
man. He
on
ain't
him, man.
doing nothing over
Oh my
there.
goodness.
Like
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
skinny boy can
a
get ate up
kid
over
like
there,
him,
man.
bro, he probably like because when you go to college, it's such a target on your back. Like it's such a
Yeah,
target on your back. Whereas he probably should have went the G League route. Shy probably should have did that Ignite program, whatever it is, just because at that point they honestly don't care how bad you do, quote unquote. Like you good by being there. Like it's all about development. So
Mm,
not necessarily saying what he shoulda, coulda, woulda did, but man, they're tearing him up because he
yeah.
hasn't really played he hasn't played
You
well
haven't heard, you haven't
at
played well.
all.
You haven't heard nothing
I
about
haven't
him.
heard
He's
a
probably not on no draft
oh
board. It's probably like second round. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
someone who people were like,
No,
bro,
he's a first rounder,
him, the
lottery.
chat dude,
Yeah.
all this, like, bro,
Yeah, bro.
it's a little different up here. It's a
Oh
little
yeah.
different
No,
up
it's
top.
it's
The
it's
big dogs, like,
different, bro. It's really different. But I think, once again, we've talked about this before. I think in the next 10 to 15 years, I would say 20
yeah,
years, the basketball of the NBA is going to be
it's bad.
terrible. You're
There's
just
some
gonna
of his kids
see
now. Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
there's some of his kids now I see coming up, like, who are getting the hype that, like, they're not good. Like the Williams, what's his name?
Oh,
Mikey
Mikey?
Williams.
Yeah. He
Like
athletic.
he's a decent solid basketball player. Like
Yeah.
at that, like I
Hmm.
don't know how he gets it, but like he's not nothing
Oh,
crazy like
yeah.
at all. Like
Yeah.
he's a good basketball player who's athletic.
Yeah,
That's it.
he's athletic. But listen, all that athleticism,
Like,
I don't want to hear none about that. Let's see you get under a college lifting program first.
bro,
Like, let me see you get under like a lifting program first. Then I
he's
want to
not
see what
even like
happens with that
bouncy
athleticism.
athletic. Like, oh my god, he's like he's regular high
Yeah.
school who got
Yeah, no,
bounced.
he's
Like,
he's extreme. Yeah, no, he's athletic, but yeah. No, I listen, I agree with you.
bro,
I 1,000% agree with you. Like a lot of these kids that are, highly ranked and everything like that, they don't have that oh shoot type factor to them.
they don't have no type of like, oh wow, like yeah, he about to be crazy, or this is the one like
Yeah.
the next generation. For like, there's no talent like that since like I don't even know.
I'm
I don't
trying to
know
think who was
when
like the last
we
one.
had something. Who
John
was the last
Wall,
one? Wiggins had
Wiggins was
flashes.
definitely one of them.
Jabari Parker. Like
Oh my god.
those were like the
Oh,
last ones where it's like, bro, he's
yeah.
about to do something special if he
Yeah, if
in
he stays on
college
the right
and then
track, like, okay, nah,
to
these
the
dudes
league.
is
Like,
hoopers. Yeah. No,
yeah,
and I think
those are
even that, it's like, bro, the top players, they don't even be hoopers. Like they be like, like they be good at basketball, but they're not hoopers.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
they
Like
be
when you
they're
saw
social media hoopers.
fam,
That's what I'm
you
gonna
know,
call them.
perfect example. Do you remember? You would actually know this. What was the name of that AAU team out of Oakland? That was on the EYBL circuit with like Aaron Gordon.
Soldiers,
Oh
bro.
my
Oakland
god.
Soldiers, Stanley Johnson, bro. We
Oh
played. I'm not
my
even gonna
god.
talk about
Jabari Brown, fam. Those
Jabari
were
Brown. What? Oh,
oh my
Oakland
god,
Soldiers, bro.
dog.
Yes, yes.
Hoopers. Tho-
They robbed
They
us.
were some
AAU, Peach them. They robbed us.
hoopers. They robbed
Nah,
y'all.
bro. We supposed to win. We supposed to win, but they
Uh,
robbed us in the finals. But
I mean,
anyway, that's a
I mean,
conversation for
listen,
another day.
respectfully, y'all had probably one of the greatest AU teams ever put
Bro,
together on paper, like by far.
it's
But
one of them ones. But yeah,
but
those were
bro,
hoopers, like back
hoopers.
in the days, who lived up to that hype as far as social media
Yeah.
type. Like
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon
Like,
back then, like
oh my fam. I know people look
this
at
is
Aaron
the
Gordon.
same Aaron Gordon with the athleticism that he has now. It was probably better
Yeah,
in
it's probably
AU
better,
high school.
bro.
I'm not
Oh
gonna go
my
lie to you.
man. Aaron Gordon in high school was just dunking on everyone.
Stanley Johnson in high
No,
school,
Stanley
he was
Johnson was
a
LeBron
bully.
James in high school. Like,
Yeah,
like no, 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 no. Like I'll say, Stanley Johnson was LeBron in high school, dog. He was the
it was
same
unfair
size, same build, and
that he
everything
is
in high
now.
school, bro. Like, he hasn't
Nothing
changed.
changed.
Like, he has not changed at all. But he was a dog.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
it's different. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Different.
Even who else was on that team? Dominic Artis. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember
Like,
Dominic Artie with the Oregon, and then
dog, hooper.
mm-hmm.
Like
No, they
he
was
could
good.
hoop. Like I said, there's no back then. None of them hoopers were social media dudes. Like they had followings,
People
but
would just tape like who mixtape would come in and tape them. It's not like
yeah, it's not like yo,
they're
I'm gonna be at this gym.
I'm up, yeah.
Pull up. Like it's like, nah, like I hoop. Like I'm trying to do something with this. Like that's the
Yeah.
focus. That's the main thing. You don't
Mhm.
really see that with
See that no more.
youngins today. For real. You
Yeah,
don't.
bro.
It's crazy, bro. But
Bro, and
you
these
know.
youngins nowadays are so disrespectful. I literally watched the video the other day. The team's probably down 30 with seconds left. Dude steals a ball who's up 30 and does like some crazy between the leg dunk. I mean,
Mhm.
he's athletic, but it's just like, bro, these kids have no type of like no manners on the court. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
they don't respect the game at all, man.
Man, and you know I can't stand that, bro. Like one thing you gonna do, you gonna respect this game. Like, hold on, dog. You ain't
and
gonna be
then
no
and
disrespect
then the
in this game.
coaches be worse. Like
Yeah,
coaches
bro.
be like the one egging it on or something. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, this is
allowing
some
that foolishness.
shits.
Yeah, bro. It's man. I mean, we can go down a whole deep wormhole with this topic, but
Yeah.
it's really crazy. Like just to see the transition in terms of like what's actually mattered. Like there's just more money. There's always been a bunch of money in this game, but I think now that there's a lot more clean money, let's say. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more money that's able to be put on the
It's
books.
fun to yeah, you ain't
Yeah.
gotta lie and say, "Oh, I'm coming here." It's like, why is that top 10 going to Wisconsin?
Oh my god! Nah, hold on. That's a topic. That's a topic. Can we talk about that just for just
Yo,
2 seconds of
fam,
our time?
the
Do you know,
NCAA was getting away with murder when we were coming
fam,
up. We was like, "Yo, he's going where?"
dog?
You
When
see
you
you
used
see
to
his
see,
mama in a new house next week, 6
fam,
figures, something crazy. Like they
anytime
was
I
really
seen,
paying niggas bread, bro.
bro, when I seen
Nah,
any of the
yo.
top niggas going to like any of the top niggas in like the ESPN 60 going to like San Diego State, going to like
Oh, you getting straight.
Oregon, going to oh, what's another school off the top of my head? Going to these random
Bro, random
schools, like these
fam.
like your offer list should look like Duke, Kentucky,
And
Kansas.
they be having all them schools and
Maybe
then
have it all.
deciding to go somewhere
Oh,
like, I be like,
I'ma
all
just
right.
go home to Oklahoma. Fam,
I
what?
what?
Like
I
hold
see
on,
Oklahoma
yo.
State. I see what happened here.
Word. It's like, nah, I see
All
okay. I see what's
right,
going
fam.
on.
All right.
I
They need to
see what's
do
going on.
dag at you.
Word. I'm going to
Your
Pitt. Hold on.
your visit must have been went really swell.
Hey, look,
'Cause,
Louisville.
boy,
Louisville, you had one
nah,
of them
oh
strippers with you,
man.
boy. Ain't no way. You ain't about to tell me you had Coach K
Yo,
calling, Calipari
nah,
calling,
yo.
Bill Self calling, and you went to Louisville?
Do you
Come
know
on,
how like
dog.
this game has changed? Literally, Rick Pitino and said coaches and players had a whole escort service for niggas who came on their visit. Y'all not getting this.
No, I would say that
This
blew
was
a lot
literally
of people's
no,
heads.
this was literally like this wasn't a long time ago. This was probably like 7 years ago.
Oh, if that,
This
less than that.
this not this is
Yeah,
not a
no,
long time ago.
no, it's not. Very
You had
recent.
one of the top coaches ever to coach college basketball doing this.
Mhm.
What do you think these other coaches
I'm
are
about to say
doing?
he wasn't the only one.
And on top of that, throwing a bag, and I'm
Right,
getting a whole escort.
right, fam. No,
Joe
he was
Joe
not the
Budden
only
would
one.
love it.
Man, like what is, bro? It's open season at that point. You get the
Yo,
escort, you get three
you
hundred
get the
thousand, five
bag.
hundred thousand, whatever it is. Oh, I'll commit to your little school. Ain't no problem. I'm only be here for 6 months. Like
Man,
whatever.
don't get me started with the niggas who are fresh out of like high school who never even touched a book but somehow scored perfect on SAT. Yo,
Man,
I've actually
listen, that's a
Derrick
man.
Roses of the world, like
Oh
fam, that's
my
a whole nother
god.
conversation.
When
Like,
and
bro,
bro, when you start to meet them niggas and you start actually getting to hear how they pulled it off.
you did, bro. There was no type of security or anything back in the day. It was literally like it was so easy to get away with stuff. Now, bro, you
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
even
now. Oh yeah,
dream about doing
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like
Best
that.
of luck to you now. But back then, like I dad used to be listening to these stories and be like, "Yo, you did what?
You had a whole nother person write
Like
your test, just walk in and write
just
your test. You
just
like,
took your ID
that's
and
it,
like it worked? Like,
fam.
bro, madness, absolute madness."
Mm.
But
Hey,
bro, yeah, no, it's really wild just to see where
but now
basketball
it's
is going.
clean. But now the money is clean,
Yeah,
so
the
it's
money
good.
clean now, so
The
I don't
NCAA
know.
done find a way to put on the books.
They
They
put it.
getting a little
They put
something
the
out
money
of
on
it.
the books. I bet you someone out there still got the escorts on hookup. Someone out there still got the escorts on speed dial.
Hey, yo, man. Speaking
Listen,
about escorts on speed dial, man, your boy,
who?
your boy James Harden, man. He's not happy.
Oh
He's not
man,
happy in Brooklyn, man. What's going on with that situation,
I
man?
mean, New York strip clubs aren't the best, so
Someone wants to go to, what is it, Scarlett's?
he wants to go to Starlet's. Great place, by
Starlet's,
the way.
that's what it is. No one
Starlet's,
wants to
great.
go. They gotta be naked, man.
Nah,
They
I
don't
ain't
want
gonna
to see
hold you.
no no.
Starlet's is alright. For a simple
How
man
you
like
know,
myself, I'm no James Harden. Starlet's is alright. But
bro,
nah, he's
man?
not happy in Brooklyn, bro. But the
He's
thing,
fed up, man. I knew it was gonna
yeah,
happen. The whole Kyrie coming in playing when he wants,
yeah.
how he want, like just him living out there in the cold. It's not Houston. Like he got to get used to living. He not. He don't like it out there, man. And
But
he's
see,
not playing to the best of his abilities. So
that's
it's sort
true.
of like
But I think what's so surprising to me, or at least not surprising, but we always talked about, because I remember early on with this whole Kyrie stuff, we always just talk about, well, KD probably feels this, KD's probably thinking that. We never really
Mhm.
thought about what James Harden thought. Like
We
we
never thought
never
about
really
what he
thought about it.
thought is because like when I think of James Harden, I'm thinking he's like me, like, yo, what's good with this weird ass nigga Kyrie over here not trying to play? Like I'm over
Yeah.
here running the point guard. I'm getting switch out positions. I don't know when to pass. I don't know when to shoot. This nigga James Harden said he doesn't know when to shoot the ball in the beginning of the season. What do you mean you don't know when to, bro?
Yeah.
Uh, uh, my boy is going through some crazy mind games over there. He talking
Yeah.
about he doesn't know if he's gonna go into free agency after this
No,
year.
he
So
is. He definitely is.
hopefully the Brooklyn can keep him, because if not, he going to Philly.
But see, you know what's also interesting to me about this? They're not winning a championship this year.
They're
They're
not.
not. They're not.
Ooh,
They're not.
says who?
Me. They're not.
Why?
Because once again,
What
we talked
changed?
we talked last episode about just like the difficulties of winning a championship.
Hmm.
In your mind, can you think of any star player on their team who even reports were coming out that they were going to test free agency and they won the championship? Like I don't know of anyone. Just because,
Yeah, that's a great point.
especially when you think about, the road to a chip, right? You
His
need
mind is not there, man.
right, like you need everyone's mind to be on the chip. You need all parties to be on the same vision, on the same level of tunnel vision. Like, all right, we're going after the chip. And
That's never
with,
gonna
with
happen.
right, and so now with this level of division, right? Because and granted, we don't know. This could be all fake. It could absolutely be all fake, right? Because we haven't actually heard from James Harden himself. But even with these stories, whether they're true or false, they could plant a seed of doubt. And so it's like, what do you do if you're Kyrie reading this? What do you do if you're KD reading this? Right. And it's like, I'm assuming that they have a good enough relationship where real conversations would be had. But, when everyone's pretty much hurt, when you look at the situation the Nets are in, where pretty much everyone hurt, COVID this, what I'm saying, all that, and you got Kyrie back, it's just like, this is the last type of headline I would have expected from the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have thought, I would be hearing more about like, he's frustrated with learning how to play with Kyrie again or something like that.
But so it makes perfect sense, because you got to think about it. He's playing all the games. KD just went down this past week, like all
Mhm.
home games. He's literally out there by himself. It's like, bro, this is not what I signed up for at all.
Right.
Kyrie's not playing no home games. KD's hurt for the next, what is 6 to 8 weeks, whatever the case may be. He's literally out there. It's Houston all over again.
Yeah. Honestly, I would
It's
say
Houston
worse.
all for him. Like he did not come here for this. Like he came here to play with at least one superstar at all times. So it's sort of like, dang, like I'm in this position. We were supposed to win last year,
Mhm.
didn't happen. This whole drama this year, like
Yeah.
I'd
But
be
even
too
then, though, the
heartbreaking
the
for.
only
I don't
reason
even.
why they were a hamstring and an ankle away from winning an NBA championship. They were a hamstring, an ankle, and a toe away from winning
Hey,
an NBA championship last year. So to me, it's like
how it
that.
goes.
Even that's kind of weird. Like if that's how if that's it, if that was his attitude,
Their
right?
mindset, yeah.
Like if that was his mindset in the sense of like, dang, I ain't signed up for this, whoop de whoop, all that, and it's kind of like, well, I mean, bro, y'all, like I said, y'all literally was like inches away from winning a championship. Like, keep in
Yeah,
mind, do you remember
last
what?
year.
Yeah, like last year. Do you remember what the Bucks were do? Or I'm sorry, what the Nets were doing to the Bucks when all three of them were playing together?
Yeah, there was
Like,
there was
I
no
think, like once
chance.
again, respect to the Bucks, but that part of the game of that series seems to get overlooked a lot. They were taking the Bucks
It
out
was cooking them
to the
boys.
shed when all three
But
of them were
hey,
playing. So
last year it was better. Like, you had
yeah,
everyone playing. You had all your supporting cast. Like, I
yeah,
couldn't tell the last time I seen does Joe Harris still on the team? What's
he's
going on,
hurt,
man?
bro. He's hurt. He's
Hurt?
hurt. Yeah,
Like, they don't
hurt.
have their full cast. They
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
their full superstars, so it's a complete different 360 and a
It
complete
is,
different
but
story. I
and it
could understand if everyone was
mhm,
playing and people are just injured. That's completely different, but, like, the whole sentiment of the team right now and
it is
how
all over the
it's
place.
looking
It is
is
all over the
very
place.
shaky. It's just
Yeah.
shaky.
But even then though, it's like, okay, you understand frustration, but frustration to the point where you test free agency, do you think it's
Yes.
reached that point?
Yeah.
Hmm,
Kyrie can't be trusted to get out of his bed. You don't know what they're about to do with Kyrie. KD is KD, but, like, bro, I came here because I want to win a championship. I came here to play with two other players. It's not just this whole season has just been like, you know what
so
I'm saying? For me
does
personally,
James Harden to the Sixers make sense to you in your mind? Like, does that make sense?
it
You think that'll
does.
happen?
I don't know if it'll happen, but it makes sense. He was supposed to go there before Brooklyn for real. That was his
Yeah,
one
no, he
of his
was.
main
He was. He absolutely was.
objectives. So I think it makes perfect sense. I think it fits hand in hand. He's a pass first now, like point guard. You got Joel Embiid over there averaging like
Mhm.
42 his past 5 games. I think it fits. They got shooters surrounding them. I think it's a
Right.
perfect fit in my opinion. All you got to do is get rid of Ben this offseason and then sign him free agency. You don't got to lose nothing. Like, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I see it.
Listen, I'll say this. If he ain't like this is gonna sound bad, and this is a real if
If he ain't
well,
like
this is pure preference, actually. This is a pure
if he
preference.
ain't like Kyrie, he's gonna hate Joel Embiid.
Worse than that. If he ain't like New York strip clubs, I don't know if he's gonna like Philly strip clubs much better.
At
I'm
least they
not
got some cheesesteaks for him. I don't
but
know.
listen, I'm not as familiar
Hey,
with that scene out in Philly. I mean, I've been to it like it's a solid scene out there.
it's
It's just
rough out there though, boy.
comparison, I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
don't know. But I mean, we'll see. It makes sense on the basketball court, but I'm not talking about basketball court right
Feel like I work.
now. I'm not talking about basketball with this. But
I'm pretty sure Philly has some nice little young tenderonis for my man
oh,
James Harden,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Well, of course, of course,
Yeah.
of course. But one thing though, I do think that needs the NBA does need like a healthy James Harden. Just because James Harden, as everyone knows, is like the most unorthodox scorer the NBA has. Where it's just like the way he scores, it's so unorthodox. Like, how do you stop it? And we haven't seen that version of him, honestly, in a
In a
while.
while.
You
He's
know,
shown
so
flashes, like, a couple games
yeah,
here, a couple games there, but
yeah. But
not
we haven't seen
consistently.
like that consistent. Okay, he's on a 40-point game streak. He's on a, you know, 15 games, 30-point scoring streak. Like we haven't seen that James Harden in a while. You know what I'm saying? Where he just dominates and makes a play every single time. And
Yeah.
I think we're deserving of that. And I mean, I think whether he stays in Philly or not stays in Philly, but if he goes to Philly or stays in Brooklyn, I do think that next season we definitely see that version as long as he stays healthy. If he
Up
finishes
to
this
yeah.
season healthy and he gets, his
Going in the
normal
off
off
season. Yeah,
season
he's normal.
program where he's playing pickup and, doing his workouts and his whole process, I think we
Back in rhythm.
see, what I'm saying, the James Harden we know and love next year for
Bro,
sure.
You don't understand how, like, that little 2 months of just being healthy is important for those guys. Because even with, like, the James Harden, like a Paul George situation was, like, a year ago when he was first coming back, and he was basically like, "Yo, so I'm not in a rhythm, like, I
Yeah,
I ain't get to work out all season, like, I'm just coming back," and,
yeah,
like, he it took him, like, 3/4 of the season to actually get going towards the last and going into the playoffs, like,
facts.
that offseason is huge for guys like those who are just pure scorers and just
Yeah, for the
unorthodox,
scorers,
like,
yeah, yeah.
they just need to fine-tune and just consistently work
Mhm.
on a game, and without having that, it's sorta like you lost your touch,
Yeah,
you
because
lost your step
during
a
the
little, it's
season, you're not
raw.
getting better. Like, it's not about
Yeah,
when you're at that level, when you're at that level of scoring, you're not getting better
it's
during
just
the
consistency.
season. You're literally just coasting. Like, it's literally like during those 2 months, you build yourself up, and then when the season happens, you're just going. And then you might coast a little bit, and that's where just the extra shooting and stuff like that matters. But you're like,
Mhm.
you're not like working yourself
Oh,
up like you are during those 2 months. So I agree with you. Like those 2 months are crucial in terms of rhythm and feel of your moves, making sure you're comfortable. Like you're comfortable with your primary moves, you're comfortable with your counters to the counters. Like you got to be
all
feel
that.
comfortable with all that, in order to really be effective. Because I agree with you. It takes time. It takes
Yeah, it does,
real time to really get like that rhythm, that flow where you just like, look, I know where my shots are gonna be. I know what moves I'm gonna make. It's literally up to whether or not I make the shot or not. Like it don't even matter
yeah.
what you do as a defender. This little
It's going with
sidestep
that.
is up, you know.
Facts.
But I do think I actually want to ask you too. We're talking about pickup. What are some of the what is like some pickup etiquette? What are like the do's and
Mm,
don'ts when you think
man.
about playing pickup basketball?
Bro, if you call a foul, like one, if you call a foul and like no one agrees with your foul and someone has to shoot for the ball, you're shooting the ball because you call foul. Like that's number one
Facts.
pickup etiquette. What else? If you call an and one and it goes in, bro, it does not count. Check.
Oh,
No,
wait. Wait
if
a
you if
second.
you if you if you had a ball, you go up
Uh-huh.
and get fouled and say and one, you check rock. That doesn't count. You can't say and one. No, you
Oh,
check
hold on.
rock.
We might have some
That,
contention there.
that's how
Count
we play, bro.
count that. But okay, wait.
No.
So
You
wait.
call foul, so
How
you check the
early?
ball.
How early is it? Because
Bro,
it's happened where you may go up, you shoot the ball and say and one, and it go in.
if
But you're
check
saying like
rock.
it's check?
If
Oh
you
no.
shoot the
Hold
ball, the
on.
ball's in the air or something, and you're like, and you got fouled, and you say and one when the ball's in the air and it goes in. We're checking rock. You can't say you said and one, so we're checking you up. You call for foul.
Oh
You can't continue
wow.
playing after like, bro, you called and one. If the ball goes in now,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't
Uh-huh.
count. We're checking up. You call foul.
Hey, you know what? I think
That,
you gotta
that
start treat
that's
hey, we
how
gotta
that's
start
how,
treating the
that's how
pickup
we
games
play,
like the
bro.
spades game, bro. Like, hold up. What are the rules?
We got to define the rules, bro.
Bro,
I'm just
define the
saying.
rules. Hey, does and one count or not?
n- And ones don't. If you call it, no. If
Okay,
you're calling
okay,
your own foul
okay.
and you say and one, you're
Yeah.
checking rock
Checking
expeditiously.
rock on the and one.
If it goes in, yeah, check
Okay.
rock. If
Okay.
yeah, check rock. What else
But
I got?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad as long
No,
as it's like
yeah,
established.
no, crazy fouls. Like the only crazy foul is game point. Everyone knows that. Like, but as far as
Oh yeah.
like, I'm
Yeah.
no crazy. Don't try to take me out. We're all trying to here have fun.
That's definitely a
You do
rule.
not have next until you use your mouth and voice that you have next. I don't care if you've been sitting in the gym
Yes.
for 2 hours long.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
got next until you call next and
Right. And so
solidify
you
a
verbally
five or
say
something. Yeah, you verbally say next. Like,
where I got next. And I would go even a step further when like the other dudes that are waiting, or if there's new dudes that walk in, if other people don't point at you saying you got the
said he
next,
got next.
the
Like, who
pickup,
got the next?
you ain't got
Yeah,
it. Like you better go over there and
yeah,
argue your point and don't get punked out of your next. Like
yeah,
that's just what it
man.
is. That's facts. That's
What
facts.
else?
Um,
What else, Trace? So what you got? What
shoot,
you got?
fam, if I'm wide open on the fast break, leave me alone. Like if I'm clearly like I'm in prime position to take
Three
off.
meters, 3 yards ahead of you.
Yeah,
Like,
dog. Like, don't try no chase downs. Like, well, like I would say for me, because I dunk the ball, right? Like, like I'll dunk it. So Don't try to be on no heroic
No, crazy
chase
LeBron
down
chase down.
word. Now, granted, I will say this, right? If you are a shot blocker, like that's your game, do your
Mm,
thing, like do your job, right? Because at the end of the day, that's the whole purpose of pickup. We're playing to
that's
get better,
what, yeah.
right? Like, cool, I'm not gonna mind that. But if you are like a point guard like me, and you not really athletic like that, and it's even bigger, and it's like the score is like 4-2, and we playing the 7, fam. If you don't let me go,
Yeah,
like, don't you dare
yeah.
try to chase down, block. Like, what
I
are we
feel
doing,
you. I
dog?
feel
Leave me
you. I feel
alone.
you.
That's like number one. Two, this is a very underrated thing. Fam, pickup starts on time. I cannot stand
Ah,
when pickup, like, fam, when we say, hey, pick up at 6, you have dudes show up at 6,
6.
rolling in. Hey, what's up, bro? What up, dog? What up, my boy? Oh, word.
Yeah.
See the game.
Warm
Oh,
up. Let me
yeah.
let me warm up. Let me get a
Yeah,
shot.
let me get a
Let
couple
me.
shots. Oh, wait, I didn't even tie up my shoes yet. My G, it's 6:30. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm trying to leave by 8. Like, I'm leaving. like that's like the biggest pet peeve of mine. Like, where it's like, yo, if we said 6, get here at 5:30 so we can start the first game by 6.
The front, the front. Yeah.
Like, and that's with anything, because it's like, bro, I'm not here to play all day. Like, this isn't some kumbaya session. Like, I love y'all niggas, but what are we doing? Like, we're here to play.
Yo, we're
You know what
here
I'm
to
saying?
play.
If we want to
Right.
talk, we
I
got
feel
we
you.
got group chats, we got phone numbers, we got text, all that. Like, especially if you know you late, right? Because I get it. Sometimes people show up,
Yeah.
but don't
People,
show up
yeah,
late
just
and
come
then
in and then just
play the
lollygag.
cool, taking your time. Look at, fam, hurry up. Like, we waiting
Yeah.
on you. You the 10th. Hurry up.
I
Like,
feel
I got
you.
stuff to do. Um,
Just yeah,
I'm
that's
trying to
it.
think. I
So I
definitely
got
got
one more.
what you
I
got.
got one more. Bro, this is probably my number one pet peeve. If you get fouled, call your foul right away. Don't wait until
Oh,
you lose the ball. My whole team is over half court, and then you want to sit on the other side and be like, "Yo, check rock, I got foul. Y'all know I got
okay.
foul."
That's
No,
that's real. That's real. But what if
you
another
see me
teammate
about
calls
to
it for
you
him? Because I'll
you
I'll
see.
call a foul
Oh
for
my!
somebody.
No, 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 bro. This
I'll call a
this
foul for somebody. Hey, you
another
foul, foul.
another pet peeve. If you are on my team
Uh-huh.
and you foul someone, but they continue playing, and then you're like, "Nah, I fouled him, bro. I fouled. Nah, it's their ball. Get
Yeah,
the
no,
f
that'd
off
be
my team,
frustrating.
fam.
That'd
Get
be
up. What do you
frustrating.
mean? You're pointing there? Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No.
Damn,
I got him. I give it to him. Give it
I
to
got him. Don't worry. Yeah. What do you mean? You
him.
got him.
Word. No, that's
Who's
a
trying?
fact.
All right,
That's a
he didn't
fact.
call
He kept
nothing. Continue
playing. Yeah.
playing. Oh, those dudes pissed me off,
Yeah, no,
bro.
those definitely be the ones.
I
Okay, so
want to
wait, let me
tap and
ask you.
save a
Do
hole.
do you have any pet peeves about bringing guests to pick up? Like, in terms of like bringing your girl, whatever. Like, do you have any type
Nah,
of pet peeves towards that?
I ain't got no pet peeve. Like as long as your guests aren't on the sideline shooting basketballs, getting away, bring who you want. I don't care.
That's real. That's real.
Me.
Hey,
What
you
about you?
shoot. It depends,
What you
bro.
got? I
Only
know you got something cooked
it
up.
depends, bro. Cause you know how that dynamic be. When you bring like your girl to pick up, I'd be like,
Ah,
fam, you ain't about
this
to
nigga,
play like outside of your
he
game.
trying to go for he trying to do some extra shit today.
Yeah. Like, I'd be like, fam, I like, cause I'm with you. Like, if you have that maturity of just knowing, yo, this is how I play, this is how I'm gonna play regardless. Like,
Yeah,
bring your girl, whatever, do
yeah,
your thing. Like, at the end of the day, she gonna love you if that's really your girl, regardless of how you play. But
but
if you are Dennis Rodman, like, that's your game, and you bring your girl and then you start
Steph
thinking you
Curry,
Kevin Garnett, Steph Curry, I'ma have a problem.
you
Like,
gonna
as
call him out
fam, I'm like, it ain't like,
in
I'm not
front
gonna
of his
call him out
girl?
because that's still I ain't gonna call him out because that's still man to man. Like, that's where you enter.
That's the
Like, all right, like,
but
we hooping,
okay,
but
all
we
right.
both men. But I'm a, hey, fam, yo, come on, that ain't
Come on,
you.
man.
Like, you come on. I get it. I get, like me. I'm the type, like, I'll be like, yo, I'll put him in position. Like, as a point guard, I'll be like, yo, let me get it to you on the block. Let me clear out.
Let
Then
me
you could do your
yeah,
thing.
then you do
Like,
the work.
you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for me, because, like, I get it. Like, that's my thing. Like, I understand it. I'm gonna be tight about it in the sense of, like, all right, let me at least maybe because for me, that's where I'll like try to test my basketball IQ of like, all right, his girl here, so he trying to, and it don't matter what I say.
Let me not get too mad,
Yeah, like
mad about this,
let me see
whatever.
how I can leverage this so where
Mm,
we're getting good shots on our offensive sets and he's still looking good in front of his girl. Like,
yeah.
so let me see if I can put him in very simple situations where he don't have to do much. That's where at least I try to test myself. So for me, it's not necessarily like a pet peeve,
But it's like,
but
it's like a
it
whole nother obstacle type.
yeah,
Okay.
it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Um, I will also say that rule honestly applies to if cameramen are in the pickup games. That rule applies as well. When there's like
I
a
ain't have too much
photographer,
cameraman. I really ain't had no photographer or cameraman in pickups for real.
see,
Oh,
I've
so you
had.
got them crazy pickups. You got them elite pickups.
I mean,
God
I've
dang.
been blessed, bro. I've been
You
blessed
been
to be
blessed.
I've been blessed to be
You
in some
got them
very good
elite
pickup
league.
games
You
with
look up, yeah, you go on Instagram a day later, you see you defending, you see you on a
yeah,
highlight film,
yeah.
a
Thankfully,
20-second highlight
yeah,
film of
thankfully
top
not on
players.
the wrong end of nothing. I just be like, "Oh, word, like that did happen." Like, no,
Yeah.
I've been blessed to be able to be a part of like some really great
Oh
pickup games,
man.
really great players. But to that point, the same rules apply. Like if the cameraman there, I don't need to see you. Like if your shot is your little baseline hook, jump shot, whatever, fam, don't you dare start shooting
Yeah.
threes. Like
Oh
if that's
man.
not your game, just because there's a camera in here, do not start playing
Yeah.
outside your game. Because now we're gonna
Yeah.
lose. And especially if there's like 15, 17 dudes up in here, fam,
Now
I'm
you
not
better
waiting
finna
no
be
next.
sitting.
Bro, cause and that be the thing too, bro. Like I know myself well enough. It's like, fam, if I'm waiting more than one, maximum 2 games, I'm leaving. Like I
Yup.
don't, fam. I'm at a point where like in the game where it's like, fam, I'm not coming to no pickup game where there's you know 20, 30 dudes and it's one court. Like I'm not gonna
You're
do it.
not
Like
doing that.
that's a waste of time. Like now, granted, in depending on level, right? And you look at any good pickup game, like any like good pickup session, there's not 20 to 30 dudes and only one
It's,
court.
it's probably there's not any pickup. There's probably like it depends. You probably have 13 to 15 guys.
Yeah,
You
like
can be
13 to
rotating.
15
Yeah,
dudes for one court is good,
yeah, it's good. Yeah,
right? But if you start reaching like you got 20 dudes, fam, one court, no. You're waiting basically 3 games.
3 games. Yeah,
I'm not doing that. Like I'm not about to
that's why you
play.
gotta win, Trey. That's why
No,
you gotta just
no, 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 no.
win.
Hold on,
Stop.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
No,
Hold on. Stop playing with my body.
that's
Where,
when
yeah,
your true game shows, and
no,
you
for
just
sure.
gotta.
You getting it's winning time at that point. But I'm
Yeah,
saying, what do if you're in that situation, right? There's 25 dudes on in the pickup spot. It's one court. You game one. You in game one. So you basically got a head up to all right,
no,
it's
the
winning
game one
time.
is the most important game.
And
You can't slack off.
one of your teammates who you don't really even know is playing outside their game because
Nah, that
cameraman in the building or they girl there, something like that. What do you do
That
at that point?
that's one thing that will never happen. What you just said, one of your teammates that you don't know. I know everyone who was on my pickup team. I ain't picking up no stragglers now. I'm sorry.
Well, it's not necessarily picking up stragglers, but it's like you pick up dudes that you don't really have like a relationship with. Like I
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
yeah, like it's like I respect you, like we both hoop, but it's like I don't like
Hey
we
Trey.
don't know each other like that.
Hey, so if we lose, I just gotta wait. Ain't nothing I can do. I'm not going home first game. Dang, I can't even.
Nah, I mean,
I have to wait.
no,
I
no,
gotta
you don't
wait.
go
You
home
gotta
first
wait.
game. Not after the first game. Like I
But
would.
like third game, you going home?
Oh yeah, no, third game. I'm going home. Like, I'm not doing, bro. Because I'm not doing this like play sit for like 40 minutes and then okay, I'm gonna get up and play knees hurting and I'm not doing that. I'm not
Man,
subjecting
you
myself to that.
come on, Trey. You ain't sitting for no 40-minute style. You sit for
Fam,
like
you know full
three
well when you
games.
dog dog.
What y'all be going up to? What y'all be going up to?
I've played where we'll go to 7. I've played where we will
I
go
was
like
about
the
to say,
first. We'll go to 7 in some pickup games. I've been a part of some pickup games where we'll play to 11.
see,
Um,
11 too much. Like our joints back in the game, that back in the day, I think the first game would be like 9.
Oh,
and
for
then
real?
the first game would be like 11, I think, and then so after that it would be like 7, like stop
Oh,
at 7.
see,
Yeah, like the
I
first
played
game would be long, and then after that it'd be shorter. But like 7, 9 around there, I ain't playing no 11 anything passing. No, we're not because bro,
oh,
it
see.
just drags.
Bro, but see, that's the thing. So I played where the
7, we
first
play
game
straight
would
to
be to
7.
16. I play where the first game would be to 16, and then every game after that is to 12. So,
Hell no.
but I'm saying, yo, if that's the first game where we playing to 16,
I'm going home. I'm going
and
home.
I lose that
I'm
first
going home.
game,
I'm going
like,
home. I'm going
okay,
home.
I may wait the 1, 2, 3 game, like the 1 or 2 games most, but
Bro,
dog,
just
and you know how it
yeah.
be. One of them
Niggas
games
start
start
getting
take dumb long.
tired and start throwing up bullshit.
And
It
I'm
takes
saying,
forever. Yeah,
right.
no, I'm
So
not
I'm saying
16.
off
Nah,
the strength of me just understanding that dynamic, no, I'm not waiting 3 games.
y'all are
I'm
playing
going
like
home.
rec pickup games, like
Yeah,
the
so
score
that's why,
count.
right. So that's why, like, now, like, I'm at a space now where it's like, fam, how many people are coming? Like, what are numbers? What are numbers? If it's more than 15, either like I'll still go. If it's 15, I'm gonna go. If I get told, oh, it's 20 dudes and like I don't know any of the dudes, I'm
Dudes,
not going.
going.
I'm not going. Now, granted, I'm about to say there's a lot of caveats with pickup. If it's, let's say my man hits me, oh, we playing pickup, whoop de whoop, got 20 cats, one court, and it's a bunch of killers. Oh,
Mm,
I'm going.
you going?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going.
you
I got,
going? You
yeah, yeah,
there?
yeah. I'm going. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. I'm going. Like I got, you know what I mean?
You
Like
gotta
I
see,
got a reputation to
yeah.
uphold. Like they ain't about to say Trey ain't show up. Nah, like
Mm,
I'm there.
you there? Okay.
But if it's like, and this is no disrespect to no one I've played pickup with. This is no
Mm.
disrespect to anyone.
Call them out. Name them out. Go ahead. Do your thing.
I ain't gonna do that. I got too many good
Go
relationships
ahead.
with people to do that. But
Go ahead. Just ruin it all.
if I'm playing pickup, and
Hmm.
you've been through this, you play pickup. You say it's 20 dudes. It's a large group, and like let's say of the 20, let's say 8 people of that 20 actually play basketball. Like actually play basketball, and you have like 12 dudes that they just hoop.
Mm. Yeah, they just hoop.
If
Spare
it's
time.
like that, I'm not coming. I'm
Get
not
your
going.
reps in. You gotta get your reps
No,
in.
like, fam. But once again, at what cost? At what
Yeah.
cost?
You
Like,
gonna go ahead
you know
and
what I'm saying?
hurt yourself or something. Like,
Exactly. Like you know how it is. Like we're at a level where it's like, fam, I'm not playing basketball with people that actually don't know how to play pro basketball. Like it's just, it is what it is. Because the only thing that's there for me is to get hurt. So
yeah,
I'm
you're right.
not doing it. But if I go and it's 20 killers, oh, I'm there, and we gonna
You're
compete.
there.
Games is gonna be moving and grooving. But if it's 20 dudes and it's 8 dudes that actually hoop, and the rest of the 12 is cats from the town or
It's a waste of time,
whatever,
man.
I'm not gonna subject myself to that.
Hmm.
You know, so that's just my opinion. But that's whew,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
it's a
list.
that is a good, yeah, 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 for sure. Like I'm just not gonna do it. Pickup
Pick
is
up
very
etiquette,
particular.
man.
You have to be very particular with pickup, but be on time to your pickup games, man. Oh my god, be on time.
Huh.
Be on time. That's all I'll say. But
Sure, you trying to get in and out.
man, what? Because bro, I ain't got time to be, bro. The days of like, when we was younger, where you'd play pickup, then everyone gonna sit around for like an hour,
Oh
and we gonna
no,
get another
nah.
game start.
Mm-mm.
No,
Oh
y'all
yeah,
got
I'm
two
going.
hours max, depending on numbers.
Yeah,
Depending
depending
on
on number,
numbers.
that's long.
Yeah, like, and that's a long pickup game. Like y'all got maybe hour, hour and a half. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
solid
I
hour
got a
15.
strong 4 to 5 games in me.
After that,
Strong
it
4 to
just
5.
gets tails
Yeah,
off
it's gonna get
sloppy.
sloppy again. I'm not gonna do that unless I'm working on cardio. But even then, so we're gonna play these strong 4 to 5 games, and I'm going home. I'm going home to sit in my chair.
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not
Oh
doing that.
man,
So
I
it's
feel
funny,
you,
bro. The
bro.
pickup conversation is a really, really good convo. But yeah, that's all I got on my
Yeah,
list. Bro. You
it's
got
a
anything else
wrap,
on your
man.
list? It's a
Nah,
wrap.
that's
We out of
all I
here.
got. It's a wrap.
Man, episode 50. Round of
50
applause.
ball, man.
Yo, we did it. Round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Man, thank you to everyone that has listened to the Two Form podcast since we started. We truly appreciate you. this has been a journey, man, and we still going. I'm interested to see what
Still
Harden
going,
does
ain't
next year.
stopping. Whew.
Facts. Facts. That's to everybody out there. If you got something you want to do, just do it. You ain't got nothing to lose. Just do it. Um, oh, also we got a shout out to Aoka Lee from Kansas State, scoring 61,
61 piece,
setting
most
the new
ever.
record. That's hard. Shout out to her.
That
Uh,
is hard, man.
Shout out to women's basketball. That's just pushing the needle forward. Meant to mention that earlier in the show, but man, appreciate you guys. Always remember, develop a workout routine some way or somehow. All right, make sure you stretch, make sure you roll out before you do any working out, so that way your knees don't hurt. Promise you, he's not cheating. He's just at the gym. Your jump shot's not short. You just need to use a little bit more legs. And your coach isn't out to get you. You just aren't working hard enough. So, with
Mhm.
that being said,
We
we
out.